If you are a Black woman over 45, over 50, over 60, this video is for you. Today, we're going to talk about why older Black women are not on YouTube. So before I get into that, if you don't know me, my name is Celeste, and on my channel, I help professional Black women use flexible work to build a life of freedom. We're not going to talk about that today, but if you're interested in that, check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Today, like I said, we're going to talk about the fact that I keep coming across these talented, skilled Black women who have information to share, have experience, but are just hiding their light. And, for some reason, they know YouTube is here. They know it can help them reach people. They know there's potentially a financial benefit, if they get monetized, but they still have hesitation about getting on here. So, little story time. I heard it on a group coaching call that I was in. I was in the chat of another YouTuber's live stream and came across a woman there who had great information, but a faceless channel. Basically like a YouTube channel where they don't show their face. It's just a voiceover and like some B-roll or photos or that kind of thing. And then last Friday night, I went looking for a live stream. Basically, I was like, I don't feel like watching TV, but I kind of want to I feel like being in community with some Black women, but I don't want to go outside. So let me see what's happening on YouTube if anybody's doing anything. And all I could find were the podcasters talking about us, not to us, but about us, the manosphere. They were all live. But I couldn't find the kind of space that I was looking for. And then I was like, okay, well, let me just find some channels of Black women YouTubers my age. And, maybe there'll be some content that I can just watch something, even if it's not live and I can't chat or whatever. And I had a hard time finding those. And then I was like, what the heck? So while I was doing that search, I came across this LinkedIn post from 5 years ago. I'm going to read a little bit of it, and then I'll link it for you in the description. But it's called, "Where Are All the Grown Black Women on YouTube?" And I'm just going to read a little bit of it. And it's by a Black man. And he says, "There are plenty of 20-something Black women on there producing content around beauty, hair, makeup, fashion, and lifestyle. But where are the grown 50 plus Black women discussing topics outside of those areas? Where my Gwen, let me just try that again. Where my Gwen Eiffels at? Why can't I find any of that on YouTube?" And that's when the light went off for me, that our whole demographic is missing from YouTube. And it's noticeable. So let's see, a couple other things that I watched. So this morning, 2 weeks ago, I had no idea who DoDash was. But I kept coming across the name in other videos. And then this morning, I finally watched one of her videos. I didn't even know it was a her. It was a she, but it's a Black woman. And she did this video called, "If You're Over 50, Get Your You-Know-What on YouTube Right Now." And she kind of was saying a similar thing. And she's in her early to mid 40s herself, maybe early 40s. And she said she noticed the same thing, that there's just this void. Like this whole demographic is just not on here sharing their knowledge and wisdom. So that all of those things kind of brought me here today to just maybe ask some questions about why that is and try to I'm going to share some things that I think might be the issue, and you guys let me know. I would love to hear from you in the comments. If you are a woman over 50, over 45, and you have been thinking about YouTube, or maybe like you're just afraid to do it, I would love to know why. Here's why I think this might be happening. Some of it is fear, and I think some of it is valid fear, right? So we live in a society that diminishes Black women and silences the voices of Black women. Like, you know, it's just, if you've been in a corporate environment, if you've likely by the time you've reached this age, you've experienced it. So you know what I'm talking about. Like, it is a real thing, right? And then we've seen highly visible Black women be targeted. And I think that kind of sticks in our heads as well as like, oh, if I get too visible, they could target me, right? And then I already mentioned the manosphere, like they spend a lot of time and energy saying not positive things about Black women. So anyway, the point is that I think that, you know, there is hostility out there. It's not in your imagination. I do think that is one thing that kind of keeps Black women of a certain age from being on here. Another thing, and again, this is just specifically to this age group, I think we tend to be perfectionists. We came from a certain generation where you have to present yourself in a professional and polished manner and be on point, you know, at all times. And becoming a YouTuber, especially a new YouTuber, is not that, right? You have to get on here and stumble and bumble and say, and, you know, look at your papers, like I'm doing all that kind of stuff. And you have to be unpolished in public. Like you're being, you're learning in public. Like that's the only way, right? To become a good YouTuber is to start out as a bad YouTuber. So you have to do it, right? And I think that can be very uncomfortable. Like being seen trying for us is very uncomfortable. Everybody else gets to be, you know, wrong and strong and imperfect and all of that. But like we just have that higher standard for ourselves. And I think in this case, that can get in our way. Okay, let's see. The third reason, and I think this is something that was a block for me at first, and that is the competition. Meaning when you first, you know, when you think like, oh, I'm going to start a channel, let me find out what all is involved, and you go searching on YouTube and you see all of these like glossy, polished, well-produced videos, and you think, oh, I could never do that, right? So why bother? I don't know how to make anything that professional looking or that, you know, whatever. I don't know how to do the graphics. I don't know how to do whatever, right? And that's what I saw when I first started. You know, I found the 20-year-olds who had videos on how to start a YouTube channel. And it was a bit intimidating. So I want to share something else I came across this week because this really, you know, it's been on my mind. I came across this channel that's new to me called Grounded Life Retirement Travel. And it's an interracial couple over 50s, a Black wife, white husband, I believe. And their content is, you know, about travel and early retirement and all that kind of stuff. But they do have a couple of videos about, you know, how they got started on YouTube. And in this one video, the husband, Rob, says something very important. He says, older viewers are coming for your information, right? They don't need the bells and whistles and graphics. And I thought about it and I was like, the YouTube channels that I watch of people my age, we all just turn on the camera and start talking. We don't have an intro, like a channel intro with music and all of that stuff. And, number one, I think we just don't have the time. And number two, audience probably just does not care about that. Like, they for the information that we have, right? So yeah, I think we can leave the sleek production in graphics to the 20 somethings. Like, I think there's a level of skill that we can get to with our videos, but like, I don't think we need to be comparing ourselves to what the young people are doing. I think we need to let them have that. Okay. And then another video from the same channel, Grounded Life, Retirement Travel. This video is called We're Over 50, Why We Do YouTube. And Rob said, people who watch YouTube watch people their own age. And I was like, he's right. He's absolutely right. And if you think about that, then I think you don't need to worry as much about what the younger people are doing or how sleek their videos are or any of that, right? I can't think of any, not that they don't have anything valuable to say, but like, off the top of my head, I can't think of like a 20 something YouTuber I like and follow, right? Because I really don't have anything in common with them. And I don't even know what they're talking about, right? So if we think of our audience as ourselves and we don't think about, again, the vloggers doing the fancy stuff, like if we just kind of focus on who's going to be watching us, I think that might kind of help us not fear or be intimidated by what we think is the competition, because I don't think that's actually our competition. All right, so if you're still with me and you're still watching this video, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. So yeah, I just want to reiterate that people are looking for us, right? And our absence is being noticed. Our absence from YouTube is being noticed. So I want you to get on here with me on YouTube, right? Because we have things to share and people want to hear from us. And if you are still afraid to do it, or you still, have some resistance to doing it, I want to share something I heard Coach Latina say in one of her videos. Her channel is Empowered to Shine. And she said, borrow what you need. Borrow the audacity, borrow the confidence, borrow whatever it is that you need, right? Until you have it yourself, borrow it. We live in a moment right now where anything goes. Anybody can be anything, regardless of skill level or qualification or any of that, right? People are out here just doing whatever. So why not try now? Like, this is the moment. Okay. Let me see. Oh, let me ask you one more thing. Leave a comment if you have any thoughts on this. So, because I was looking for those live streams and I couldn't find them, I was toying with some ideas for doing my own, right? So like a Friday Night Live. I don't know. Let me know what y'all want to do. If you just want to get on here and like read 2 chapters of a book you've been trying to read for 3 months, we can do that. If we want to, I don't know, just wind down the week with a glass of wine, we can do that. But like something positive and something uplifting. And to that end, I'm also going to link for you in the description. There are a couple of YouTubers who have spaces like that, who do um, like live journaling, weekly celebrate your wins. And the wins are like joyful things, or, you rested, you did something for yourself. It's not like work stuff that got done. It's like, happy things. So I'm looking for more spaces like that, more channels like that on YouTube. So I'll drop the ones that I know. If you guys know of some other ones, please leave a comment and let me know. And again, if you have ideas for like a Friday night live stream type of thing where we can just kind of gather together and do something joyful and happy, let me know. And then if you want me to do more videos like this, like I have my topic, I'm going to plug it in a second. But like, if you just enjoy this style of, just a topic of the week that's unrelated to the rest of the stuff on my channel, definitely let me know that in the comments as well. And then lastly, my quick plug, if you are interested in switching to contract work, I have some resources for you on my website, which is resetwithceleste.com. So that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching a replay, I appreciate you. Please give this a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video.